Yo guys, what is going on, and welcome to my review of Tunisia 1, England 2 in our first game of the 2018 Russia World Cup. Now I'm going to straight up say it and say the ref really ruined that game, and we probably should have had 2 penalties. But other than that, we played really well first 20 minutes. First half was our game, and I think we were unlucky to go in at half time 1-1. Probably should have been about 2 or 3 up going into half time. Unfortunately, a silly mistake from Kyle Walker. I think it's a soft penalty, but you see him given, and you can't flay your arms around like that in the box. So, yeah, it's a little bit. Harry Kane got us off to a really good start 10 minutes into the game. Their keeper made some outstanding saves before he went off injured. Kane, John Stones headed it from the corner. Keeper made a world-class save. Harry Kane's just there to tap it in like he always does. Does it in games for Tottenham, does it in games for England. So Harry Kane, for me, was probably one of our better players. But I think, for me, our best player on the pitch by far today was Kieran Trippier. I know Kane scored twice, but Kieran Trippier's defending and the way he went forward defended as well was exceptional. He put some good crosses into the box, but unfortunately no one was there to meet him. 33 minutes in or so, we give a penalty away. As I said, you can't throw your arms around. You can't throw your arms in people's faces like that. The attacker made it look very, very good. I don't know what I said there. The attacker for Tunisia went down very, very easily and made the most of it, but he knew what he was doing. So, what can you do? Obviously, 1-1 going into half time. I'm not very happy about it. And then the second half, we just didn't turn up. Raheem Sterling had a really awful game all the way through until he got subbed off for Rashford. I was so happy Rashford came on because we needed a player like him. The close control he has, the ability he has to run past the defender. So I'm quite happy that Marcus Rashford came on. And we instantly looked better with Marcus Rashford, to be completely honest. When Dele Alli came off, he had a bit of a knock in the first half. We all thought he was going to get subbed off. But he didn't, and I think that affected him. Dele Alli didn't look like the same player after he took the knock. So Loftus-Cheek came on, didn't really do too much. Had some good touches here and there, had some good dribbles. Sent a Tunisia player packing his bags really, with one good fake cross. So there wasn't a player that really stood out for me other than Kieran Trippier. Maybe Harry Maguire with his runs and his passing ability. Let us down once in the first half, but that was about it. Obviously, but they didn't have many attacks. They had the penalty and that was about it. Unfortunately, Pickford couldn't get too much on it. But up steps the 90th minute, 4 minutes added time. And within the first minute of added time, Harry Maguire flicks on the corner to Kane, who sort of swivels and heads it in. And we lead 2-1. And then we're just hanging on, sitting back, waiting for the result really. And we got it. And it wasn't a bad game, but we were average throughout the game. So realistically, the referee made 2 shocking decisions. One in the first half, Kane was blatantly hauled back. The defender wasn't even looking at where the ball was. So should have given a penalty for that one. Ref had a really good view of it. Chose not to use VAR to give it. So you see him given and you want him given, but if they're given against you, you think why? I really don't think that Tunisia were that good on the night. Obviously, we made them look good, but a win start is good enough. Or anything. There was another similar sort of foul on Kane in the second half, where he was dragged down by the same player. And it happened to Maguire as well. It happened all over the pitch. But the only times they didn't give him was when we were in the box from corners. And the one time the ref looked at the box, the one time the ref was looking in the box, he didn't give the defender didn't do anything to him. So it's just sort of one of those games. I think on the basis of the first 20 minutes we deserved to win the game, but over the course of 94 we didn't really deserve to win it. But I'll take the 3 points going into the Panama game, which I can't watch, unfortunately, because I'm at work. But I will try to make a review of it later on in the day. See, I'll get some radio commentary on, try and react to that after the game's finished. But honestly, I don't think we're that ready for the big game against Belgium. There's a lot of stuff we need to work on. Raheem Sterling doesn't, for me, deserve to start the next game. I don't think Ali's going to be fit enough to start the next game either. I do believe that our starting 11 for the next game should be Pickford in goal again. Didn't have a lot to do. Maybe Butland should play against Panama, maybe Pope even. Any keeper to start really, because they're all looking sharp. I keep saying, Butland for me is just the better keeper than Pickford. Obviously, Butland got relegated, but you can't really. On the international stage, I think Butland's just that little bit more experienced and that little bit better. I feel like the 3-5-2 worked, and we were very confident going forward with the 3-5-2. So it's realistically the same team. I just take out Ali and Sterling, and start Rashford, and maybe Loftus-Cheek, maybe someone else. Maybe play Lingard a little bit further up and play Dyer. But it's whoever really. Whoever gets the pick, got to back the team. I'm going to get onto some match ratings for the players that played. Jordan Pickford, for me, didn't have a lot to do. The penalty, he couldn't got a hand on it, and he went the right way. So, unfortunately, it went in. But other than that, he didn't really have a lot to do. So he's going to get like a 6.0 from me. Obviously, when you're a keeper, you don't have a lot to do. You're not really going to get a high rating, are you? Kieran Trippier is going to get an 8 for me. Probably one of the standout players on the pitch with his delivery of the crosses that he put in. Obviously, the defending he was doing and the way he went forward and covered his back as well. He was very good on the pitch. Ashley Young didn't have a bad game, put a few decent balls in, went forward very well, didn't have a lot to do. Just didn't have a final product really with the cross. With a lot of his balls into the box. The centre-backs, Kyle Walker gave away a penalty. It was very soft, but he gave away a penalty still. Had a little bit. Obviously, our defenders weren't they weren't worked very much, so you can't really give a high rating to him. I just jumped out of my skin. My chair just decided to sit on something and start falling down. Wow. But our defenders worked very hard. Walker gave away a penalty. 6.2 or something like that for him. Wasn't worked very hard. Our defenders didn't have the best of games because they weren't needed to do anything. They weren't required to do anything. John Stones was alright. The way all our centre backs went forward was very good. John Stones miskicked a shot. Probably could have made it 2-1 or 2-0. Not sure what the score was when he basically mishit it. I think it was 1-1. But really should have done better with the shot. I know he's a centre back. 6.5 for him. And Maguire, the way he went forward and passed the ball and defended was very good. He had one error throughout the game, so can't blame him. I give him a 6.5. Probably one of our best defenders other than Trippier. Midfielders, Henderson had a very good midfield. He held it very well, played some very good long passes, played quite a lot of sideways passes as well. But it is Jordan Henderson, so you don't expect much more from him. But I'll give him a 7.2 because he was good. He played a lot of good forward passes. Unfortunately, no one had any end product for him, so there's not a lot you can do when the strikers don't finish the balls that you play for him. So, he was very good. 7.2 for him. Dele Alli was very good in the opening 20 minutes first half. Before he took a little knock, he was very good. So for that basis on the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, before he took that knock. I'll give him a 7.5. He was one of our more creative players. He was really pressuring the Tunisian players, so for that I've got to give him credit. But after that, he was probably below average. So I'd give him the 7.5 still, just based on the fact that he was one of our more creative players. It wasn't hard to do in that game because no one really tested Tunisia that much for us. Jesse Lingard had a below average game for his standards this season. Had a good few chances that he failed to take. So for that, you just sort of have to take it on the chin. He obviously hit the post. I'll give him a 6.6. Didn't see a lot of him. He went missing in the second half, as a lot of England players did. Who else played? The strikers. Raheem Sterling. What an awful game Raheem Sterling had for us. So below average. Didn't offer anything going forward. Lost the ball countless times. Really had a poor game for us. And I hope he improves in the next game, that if he plays. Because he needs to have a good long look at himself after that game, because he was very poor. For that, he'll get a 5.8, purely based on the fact that he was so bad. And it's typical Raheem Sterling for England. You don't see this at City, so you should be doing it on the international stage as well. And Harry Kane obviously got 2 goals, one of our better players. I would say he maybe scraped away with man of the match purely because he scored 2 goals and won us the game. But I think Kieran Trippier on the basis was better. But I will give Harry Kane an 8.2 rating out of 10. Purely because he scored 2 goals and won us the game. Got us 3 points. Other than that, he didn't have any service to him. So the reason he didn't have any chances or he went missing is because the service up to him was so poor. The substitutes, I'm going to start off with Eric Dyer. He came on last. Had about 2 minutes on the pitch. Not really effective whatsoever. He came on to just sort of shore up the win. So I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for that, because he really didn't have anything to do. Marcus Rashford came on and gave a creative spark that we needed. Came on for Sterling and did better in 25 minutes than Sterling did in 65. So what can you ask for, really? He'll get a 6.7 because he didn't do much. He put a couple of decent crosses in, but other than that, he wasn't the best player. And Loftus-Cheek again came on a little bit later into the game, about 12 minutes to go or so. Didn't offer that much going forward. Had a couple of decent runs, but get a couple of decent balls into the box. But other than that, not very effective. So 6.5 for him. Honestly, the 2-1, I'm happy with the 2-1, obviously, because we've won and we've got those 3 points going into the Panama game, which we really need. If we get another 3 points in that game, we're basically through. So it all depends on what Belgium produce against Tunisia. They're probably going to smash them 6-0, to be fair. So yeah, hopefully we pick our game up in the Panama game. We've had a better start than most teams this tournament now, so we need to build on that and go. Because now we've had a better start than Germany, Portugal, Spain, Brazil, Argentina. We could if they all get knocked out, we've got a chance, haven't we? But other than that, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. My dog is going off mental, and I do apologise for that. If you have enjoyed the video, if you would give it a like and subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on. I'm going to make a reaction video, possibly to the England-Panama game and the England-Belgium game. And potentially any more games if we make it out of our group stage this year. It's a better start than 2014. We've really got more points on the board than 2014, so I'm happy. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Goodbye.